80% of plastic surgery patients research at least 3 providers before booking an appointment. If your digital presence does not position you as the obvious choice, you're basically invisible. And here's the truth that most plastic surgeons miss. Marketing isn't about getting your name out there. It's about building a predictable system that consistently delivers high-value patients. Odds are your fellowship didn't have a rotation that went over marketing, but it turns out that it's one of the most important aspects of running a plastic surgery practice. And in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to fill you in on most of the stuff that you really need to know if you want to make this work for your practice. My name's Frank. I'm the founder of Sagapixel. If you find this video helpful, you should definitely check out the rest of our YouTube channel. And if you'd like to sit down to talk to me about your plastic surgery marketing, there will be a link as well. Okay, so let's start off with the basics. Positioning. Positioning is the foundation of your marketing success. Why should a patient choose you over the surgeon down the street? What I'm talking about here is becoming known for something. If you are everything to everyone, you are nothing to everyone. So all of this starts off with understanding what your positioning is going to be, reinforcing that positioning across your website, social media, Google Ads campaigns, your patient experience, and frankly, the reputation that you build for yourself as a professional. Your website is going to be the central hub of all of your positioning. That means clear messaging as soon as someone lands on the website. It means great examples of the work that you've done. It means a crystal clear presentation of the types of procedures that you perform, and maintaining this consistent across all of your online presence, including your socials and Facebook ads. So once you've set your positioning and you're communicating it clearly, we need to get in front of patients where they are looking. Channel number 1 for this, SEO. Now, SEO is changing rapidly right now. There is a good chance that when your patient performs a search looking for a surgeon near them, that this is going to be the experience that they're going to be met with. No blue link results, no maps, a prompt that will allow people to further refine their searches. Maybe if they want to look for a rhinoplasty surgeon that offers financing. In this case, you can see that the search results are even delivering things about like costs and so forth. And if you want to click on this, it can give you information about the costs and the websites that Google is using to get this information. And all of this looks a lot different than these blue link results here. So you don't have the maps at the tops. You'll see that lots of the results that we get below here are not the same as the ones that we saw on the AI page. And that's not even to mention ChatGPT, Perplexity, and other AI models. If you are now showing up in organic search when people are looking for the procedures that you perform, you are leaving a ton of money on the table. I have an entire series that just talks about SEO for plastic surgeons. There's a lot that goes into this, so make sure you check that video out after this one. But organic search is not the only way that people can discover you. You also have paid search. In this case, you'll see that the very first result on the page is an ad, and regardless of what anybody might tell you, people do click on the ads. As a matter of fact, we've run rhinoplasty campaigns that have driven leads as cheaply as $30 per conversion. But remember, Google is not the only game in town. You also have Meta. If you dig around on our website, you'll find some of the case studies that we've run in the past. We have run campaigns that delivered $18 to $25 liposuction leads. The important thing is whether you're doing Google Ads or you opt to do them on Meta instead, or you decide to do both, it's important to measure everything that you're doing, because eventually you will find that one of these channels is going to outperform the other, and it would make sense to focus all of your resources on the channel that best performs. So even though you may find that the cost per lead is lower on Meta or on Google, you may find that more of the leads that come from one channel or the other end up resulting in actual procedures for you. But getting discovered and capturing the lead is not where it stops. Would you go to a plastic surgeon whose work you've never seen before? Your before and afters are critical, and you need to have a strategy for soliciting them and the equipment and know-how to make them look as good as they can. Once you do have them, where do they go? Well, location number 1 is definitely your Google Business profile. Odds are that most of the leads that you get to your website at one point or another are going to look at this, and you really want to have those before and afters listed here, along with pictures of your staff and the interior of your location, pictures of the doctors. You also really want to make sure you have them on your website as well. People should be able to very easily see what your work looks like. And remember, they're going to be looking at 2 of your competitors as well. So try to make them as good as you possibly can. In addition, your Instagram is basically your second website. So in addition to showcasing things like your before and afters, you can showcase who you actually are as a doctor. In some cases, your entire patient journey. In the US, HIPAA can complicate this a bit, but there are ways to do it as long as you are obtaining the consent from your patients. I know it sounds easier said than done, but it can be done. So you showcase your work, you convince people that you are possibly the plastic surgeon that's going to give them the look that they've always desired. They filled out a contact form and they booked their appointment with you. Wonderful. We now need to nurture them through automated email workflows. To start, an introductory video. We usually house these either on a YouTube account or an Instagram account, but there should be an automated email that goes out that introduces you, the practice, and basically gets the person excited about their appointment. You can also do the same with follow-up email sequences. If you've had a video strategy where you're producing content that talks about aftercare, results, the common questions that people have about the procedures that you do, you can have automated email sequences that will go out to the consults that have not yet booked their procedures. And part of all of this, SMS text messaging. In addition to reminding people about their appointment, SMS can be a great way to promote new content that you've put out, request the reviews that you really need, and in many cases do a better job of delivering that content than even automated emails do. All right, so this is the last section. Arguably the most important part, you need to know your numbers. First, you need to establish an acceptable patient acquisition cost. In particular, if you're doing any sort of paid channel like Google Ads or Meta, how much is an appropriate amount to spend for a new consult? Your consult rate should be north of 75%, and your consult close rate should probably be somewhere between 30 and 45%. You're going to use all of this data to optimize everything that you're doing. If you'd like to schedule a time to meet with me to talk about your marketing, there will be a link. And make sure you check out this playlist next, which will walk you through the hardest part of all of this, which is getting discovered in organic search.